My friend, I will soon finish all my researches about God and the world, and I will publish my results. It is not easy to explain it all, to find the right words. As you perhaps remember, I started my researches after I followed the World Economic Forum in Davos, January 2008, on which Bill Gates announced the millennium of creative capitalism. Up to now, I studied too many historians, politicians, sociologists, ethnologists, anthropologists. I am online with several websites, and I'm in contact with several Scientologists and universities. It's so very, very interesting and important. My prediction: we will run through a currency reform. The economic crisis will deepen and turn much worse, and hundreds of thousands of our children will die in the battlefields all around the globe. It was planned long ago. What Bush Sr. called New World Order, what means the one world government of the 300 to 400 richest families and their corporates, banks and stock markets, and so on. In a world with no sovereign nation states, got a new impulse on 9/11. To me, it is of absolutely no interest if 9/11 was an inside job run under false flag, or if Bin Laden and Al-Qaeda are responsible. The result is important: the war on international terrorism. Globalization means privatization, means commercialization. That means growth and new markets. It means more profits. It means stakeholder and shareholder values. America, Russia, and Germany are the three biggest weapon producers and weapon exporters. The world is armed as never before in history. Israel and Palestine will not work out well. And wheresoever nation states resist to come under the command of the New World Order, they start their destabilization politics. For this reason, Hillary Clinton and the foreign ministers of the Western allies travel the world and buy people like Afghan Hamid Karzai. When ambassadors talk about democracy and freedom, they talk about wild capitalism and profits. It is a big mistake to talk about the Americans, the Germans, the British, the French, the Chinese, the Russians, the Brazilians. The 300 to 400 richest families, high finance and high nobilities come from diverse countries, and they are all connected. Listen to Al Gore, Bill Clinton, or Benjamin Barber. All is connected. Yes, the private rulers of the globe are connected and celebrate Interdependence Day. But it is not a day, it is a movement. Look at SafeWorld.org and find the Rockefeller Foundation and the Hewlett Foundation as supporters and donors. They fight sovereign nation states, they fight democracy, and they fight voters' will. The third sector, the civil society, has no more rights. Elections are done. The American dream has turned in an American nightmare. International billionaires and millionaires, economists and NGOs do what they want. Make no mistake, America is perhaps the biggest military force on the globe at present. But for how long? For a decade or two? For a century? Anyway, America is not an empire and will never become an empire. Avatar and Slumdog Millionaire, Hollywood and Bollywood, the rich and beauty, will not solve the problems of the globe. To speak it out in clear words, high finance and high nobilities give a shit on the United States of America and the land of the free. Their homeland is the planet, and they will rule the planet from Washington, Berlin, London, Paris, Rome, Dubai, Singapore, Beijing, Hong Kong, and so on. If you want to talk and debate international aspects talk about the upper class, the middle class, and the underclass. Ask an American worker and he will tell you that he is a capitalist. He is no socialist. He is no communist. No, he is neither nor. He is nothing else but stupid and disinformed parts of the upper class. The middle class and the underclass live in a constructed, simulated reality. They live in an illusory world. They live in a media and movie constructed world of Ted Turner, Rupert Murdoch, and Disney productions, just to name three of the biggest illusion producers on the globe. On CNN, MSNBC, Fox, Al Jazeera, France 24, BBC, and so on, you get the most lies and disinformation on the planet. Remember that Ted Turner is the biggest landowner in the United States, and remember that experts say that money is just an illusion and politics are psychology. They print one illusion after another, and the psychological liars are in the front line. The owners of the real values give a shit on the dollar, on the euro, yen, or any other currency. They give a shit on a currency reform because they own the real values. High Finance and High Nobility run a double-track strategy to rule the entire globe with no nation states, with no democracy, with no freedom of voters and civil society. The geostrategic and the military strategy, and the psychological, sociological, cultural strategy. The military strategy is obvious. About the other strategy you can learn more on the sites of the Institute and Academy for Cultural Diplomacy, Berlin. The latest symposium on cultural diplomacy just took place from May 23 to 30, 2010, and from September 10 to 12, 2010, they will celebrate Interdependence Day in Berlin.